Man, that's a good story. Not a good story. It's more of a good update. Wait, no, I should not say that right now. That would be weird out of context since it just started.
What the fuck did you just say? I
I was
totally did
about to
not know what
say
you said.
what you just said a few seconds ago until I realized it would be so bad without context. But hi, guys. Welcome.
It's okay, guys. Basically, what he's talking about is I wanted to kill my sister, and it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, good. At least you said it. I didn't know how to say it because otherwise it would have been weird. I think.
No, it's sibling stuff. It's normal. It's
It's
fine. I need to host you.
it's a normal thing. Oh yeah, it's more or less a
Sorry.
normal thing. Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
host. I don't want to host D&D. I gotta host Spam Lights.
you got
No,
hosted Dendies. Thank you, Jack, for the host. It's been
hey,
a
no
while
fucking
since I've
idiots.
seen my Streamlab stuff notifications. Not saying that my streams has been nothing, but I was like, hey, look, a host. I haven't seen that in a while.
Well, I mean, you don't stream it this time
I
for
know,
me
I
ever,
don't. I
so.
know. I really should.
hmm
And I think of don't
No,
make
don't
promises that you
make
probably couldn't
promises that
meet.
you can't keep, especially with our friendship in like deep water right now. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I'm like thinking this in my head. It's like, no, I probably shouldn't say that right now because otherwise that's gonna be a very oof moment coming on that day.
Or I'll smack you.
Yeah. I mean, you still owe. I mean, I was about to say you still owe me smacks. That's the wrong way around. I think.
What?
I'm thinking in my head. Is that the right? No, that's the wrong way of putting it. Anyways,
I'm
hi, welcome to EU
yawning.
Friendly Chuck and Talk Thursdays. I have a very special guest, as you can tell, for the past 2 minutes. Hi, Dragon. Say hi, Dragon.
Hi, I'm here, and I will apologize for yawning and stuff tonight because life.
I mean, it is like what, a 7 o'clock, like
It
evening.
is, and I feel like I should sleep at 8. So,
I mean, you did have like you start off your day early because you've been you started working. Realizing
yeah,
this, it's like realizing this now from the last one.
this week is the official real working week. Oh my god. And I had one day off. I have no excuse to be this tired.
It's like it already took a strain on you, just a wee bit too fast.
Yep.
All right. So
That's
now,
what happens when you dive in deep. Cause I'm in too deep and anyway.
ooh, excuse me. Okay, that
Ew.
is my audio
Deep.
test right there. Okay, that's good.
Oh. Wow.
I checked it once. I'm gonna check it again for the stream. I'm usually good at that. Good. Good. Okay. So yes, welcome to Truck and Talk Thursdays. It's I'm finally back in the Europes. I got my ticket back. I like telling the stupid story. I don't know why.
Oh, keep going.
It's a very dumb story, but Greyhound finally gave me a return trip ticket too. Return trip ticket? Oh, I didn't say round trip. A return trip ticket back to Europe so I could finally drive and finish the rest of France and Italy before 1.32 comes out for American Truck and I think Euro Truck. I know American Truck is gonna get Oregon in like the next few weeks. They said it's gonna be coming out in October.
If we
So
drive in Oregon, can I burn down one city but keep the rest?
if it's there, sure. Because we don't know what
Cool.
cities SCS is thinking about
I
doing.
mean, it should be Portland and Salem, hands down. And probably
Yeah,
Eugene.
and probably
Sorry.
Eugene.
I know Oregon way too well.
I only know Oregon because of recent.
Well, I mean, you went there on a recent trip. I
That's
went there
true.
twice.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true actually.
I mean, the Tri-City area should be popular enough. So, I mean,
But apparently they
it's
made it look
possible.
very very green compared to the rest of American Truck Simulator, which is brown, desert.
I Fair though. You've been to Oregon? You haven't been North Oregon though.
I haven't been like in inside Oregon. Like if I went like a little bit east, I should have like if I go more east, it would have been I could see more green.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it's more or less what I-5 is in Oregon. It's like the coastline. Even though it's like about 1,500 miles away from the coast, it's more or less the coastline. So-
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm here back in Europe. We're gonna be trying to finish France and Italy. I think I'm only on a handful of cities left on both countries. I could be very, very wrong because explored is at 57.25%. Oh, I am so wrong. There's a lot more to explore. But should be enough once we get to the Oregon, and once we get to the Oregon, wow. Once we get to the Oregon expansion, and then after that I'll switch over to American truck. So we're gonna be sticking with Euro still till then. But this is the stream where I decide to talk about stuff. Dragon is apparently surprised on something.
I'll explain in a second. I'm looking at the updates for upcoming stuff for truck simulators, and I'm like,
Ooh, I know there's actually a lot more things. I forgot what Europe's is, but I know it's big. I can't remember.
I know what it is. If you want me to share real quick.
Yeah, go.
And it's Beyond the Baltic Sea map expansion, which will include the 3 Baltic states of Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia.
Oh, dang.
And also south of Finland and parts of Russia, including Russia's second largest city of St. Petersburg.
Yeah, because they're actually pretty close. Oh, okay. So, like, I'm actually loaded up the map. I could probably figure out which one they're actually going to be doing.
Yeah, they're doing the Baltic Sea, Beyond the Baltic Sea.
It's like that's like the I don't know much of European geography, so I'm gonna take a guess. It's the one probably east of Sweden, right? And it's just that big thing right there.
Okay, let me look at your stream.
Like
That's
it's
ridiculous.
like probably around here.
Yeah, so like that's the Baltic Sea there, Daryl, thank you. So it's taking over Eastern Europe.
Okay, so we get to actually get more of Eastern Europe.
So those 3 states that you see besides Sweden, and a little bit south of Finland apparently needs a little more love, and then it's gonna be Eastern Russia, like kind of like the rest of the European border.
Right.
Because Russia's technically part of the European, fun fact.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's true. You could, if you consider that as Asia, then Asia's just way too fucking big. You're way too fucking big! Asia, stop this! We're taking Russia from you!
Plus, good luck. There's enough Asians in the world.
Oh yeah, I don't want to go there because that's a very touchy subject for some people.
I know, I just tease because you're Asian.
That's a terrible joke. Okay.
I mean, well, you're Southeast Asian. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's still Asia, technically.
Oh no. Careful who you talk to.
Fair.
Anyhow, move on.
Fair,
How was your week, Daryl?
Oh, yeah, okay. Wait, hold on. Let me see what package. We got a nice plane going over. That's a plane or is that a helicopter?
It's a helicopter. There's a military base in Northolk, and it's just kind of like the next little like area over from Ricelip. So there's
like,
usually helicopters that fly by. Although there's also early morning flights that come through down to Heathrow because they fly Heathrow is just south of me.
And you're just
Anyway, so
and you're
let
like
me
on
make
the
that clear,
flight
guys.
path.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the flight path for them to go north to like Scotland and other areas. So. And, well, if they do local flights, like to Manchester and blah, 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 da, da, da. Anywho, that's me being a nerd.
Okay. Hey, that's actually really good. But being a good nerd, because it's like the traveling kind of nerd one. Let me actually drive to the city proper because
I found out a fun fact about one of the train stations that I need to tell you about. I just need to look up the train station again.
I got a fun fact for you. Give me a moment.
Exactly. Talk about your week while I Google.
So for those of I'm just gonna preface this always every time. For any new people that will come here. Truck and Talk Thursdays. I drive trucks. We talk about shit. I usually talk about my week, and then we just talk about whatever random stuff towards the latter half to end of the stream. So my week. I mean, I'd be kind of not lying to say that I haven't really been doing there hasn't been much eventful things per se. Um,
You always lie when you say that.
I know.
Fun fact, y'all. Don't believe
I
him.
always try to under deliver it because then I could just keep the promises low. That's how I always do. Um,
Oh my god, I was way down there the other day. Sorry, I'm looking at the tube
as
map.
long as
Don't
you're
worry
trying to
about
actually
me.
remember, is there anything very eventful that actually happened? I'm gonna skip one of them because I'm gonna think of probably talking about that later. It's,
There's the station. Sorry,
but
I think. Canada water. I'm distracted.
I thought you always wanted to go there.
I want to.
Wow, is really the only thing that I've done this week that sounds interesting is that I started to drive again for a little bit after like a month of not driving per se.
Yay! Boop boop boop. Driving.
And I mean not like Euro truck driving, but actual driving. Yes.
Not his stupidity driving that
Yeah.
gives me a heart attack every time I watch him.
Wee. But no. Like I've like, if for those who would want to who've been watching this, I guess, or any new ones, there's actually I've uploaded like past Truck and Talk Thursdays up on YouTube. I've always brought about the I can't find the right words at the moment. the Holy shit! I just brain farted so badly.
Honestly, I don't even know where you're going with any of that either. Because you're like, for all the new viewers, and then you're like, nah, da, da,
I know, it's
and I'm like, what?
It's like I was trying to like explain like for like the past Truck and Talk Thursdays, like about like what 2-3 months more than 2-3 months ago, maybe a wee bit more than that. I've talked about not knowing how to drive and going through the process of getting a license and of actually getting a license like
He got his
1 month ago,
goal.
1.5 months ago. So it's like, but then after getting the license, I actually didn't really drive at much or at all because my dad did most of the driving anyways because it's like, theoretically
Dads.
I know. Technically. There's nothing of theory in this if it's already true, Daryl. Technically, I have a license to drive, I just don't have insurance.
You were about to say, I thought you were about to say license to kill, and I was gonna be like, bullshit. Anywho,
Okay. That's good to know.
no, I'm lame.
License to kill. I feel like that might have went. No, that definitely went over my head.
I wish I need more 90s friends that actually watch movies in this chat.
Hi, I'm sorry.
Oh, goodness.
It's not
Anyway, keep going about driving goals and things. I fucked up typing.
I'm spinning. Why am I brain farting?
So oh my god, you were talking about how it was your goal to get your driver's license,
Yes.
and we set the goal and you got it in 2.5 months.
And then I actually haven't been driving for a month because while I have a license to drive, I technically don't have insurance, and it's technically illegal. It's, if I recall correctly, it's technically illegal to drive without insurance. But I was like, I needed to at least get like try to at least remember, try to like at least jog it, like see if I could still drive, because God, if you like take a break from like doing one thing, trying to do it again, trying to do it again and do it safely is probably really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly enough, I did not experience that. Also, thank you. I have a hard time saying. I don't know why I have. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Keo, for
Q.
following
There we go.
Spam.
I really want to say Kai, but I was like, oh, I don't think that's right in my head. Also, I need Streamlabs. I don't need that. Thank you. Well, thank you for the follow.
This is why I'm here, Keo, is so I can take care of him and make sure he does the stream thing.
Yeah. And I should try attempt to do it right and not have like a I'm having a complete dirt moment. This is so bad.
He's being a derp.
I'm being a very bad. I'm being a very weird derp. There we go. English.
I'm
Good
gonna drink
noise.
more water. I know. I should have drank coffee instead of water, but that's fine.
I don't know why I expected you to say tea.
I could have done that too. I mean, I might do that, but we'll see. I mean, I got to have my afternoon tea. Oh, yay,
Also-
Keo.
Yeah, thank you for the 5 bits, Kyo. I like derps. Well, good. This is gonna be
like
the most
derps.
derpiest stream
Wow.
probably for like the longest. Not really the longest time. There's always a derpy stream. What am I talking about?
God, your truck is so fast.
I know.
Sorry, very
It's
distracting.
fast when it doesn't have a load. I mean,
Oh.
cargo. Wow,
Wow,
that still does it. That's still.
Yeah, go pick up your load, Daryl.
A wheel. Okay. But I needed to like at least like get a refresher just to see if okay, did I forget how to drive? Because that's a possibility even after a month and a half. That like you could just end up forgetting and then you end up turning and then crashing to things. That would be
Like
bad
you do.
because if you don't have insurance.
Yeah.
I like this game. It's a very calming game. Unless if you crash, then it could be fun. Truck.
Then it will
Oof.
make me cry.
Oof. You bitch. I was already moving in. I like how I said it's a
That
very fun,
4%
safe
damage.
game until you actually start crashing and then that happens, but okay. You bitch.
The irony is real, and I appreciate it.
So yeah, I drove for like a little bit, try to do it as safely as possible, try not to get caught by the police or create an accident, because that'd
Police
be
feel.
a double whammy for everything.
Ugh, you're driving on the wrong side of the road. Sorry.
I'm
For
in France.
No, it's the wrong side of the road.
It's the wrong side of the road, man. The UK has fucking transformed you. I like how I
It's
always add
okay.
the F word. Oh god.
Yeah, stop that.
God
But
damn.
no, like, for real, I sat on the front of the bus this morning, which I haven't done yet. So I sat on the very front seat so I could see right out the window.
Mhm.
Let's see, like, what that experience would be like. Because, like,
Right.
normally I'm, like, crowded by a bunch of people, but this morning I wasn't. And so, like, I sat right on the front, and I was just like,
This is completely
I'm
wrong.
so scared.
There's no oncoming traffic on this side. There's supposed to. Oh wait a minute.
It's over there. I'm over here.
Here.
What? And it's like it finally clicked in after like we stopped after the first stop, going, this is normal, duh, dumbass.
Aw. Wow. Wow.
And then I was like, yeah, I need a morning coffee. It's too early for this shit.
I don't know if you called yourself a dumbass in the morning, but okay.
I did. Okay, I reacted in a very slow way to the fact going, alright, this is not a normal bus, it's a double-decker bus, and it's in England. Duh.
Ooh, so that means you got the nice front. You should have sat on the right side. Did you sit on the right side or the left side? You said.
Left side. But like right behind the driver.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'd be like, hi.
Well, like, the driver was like kitty corner to my right.
Mm-hmm.
And I was to like the left.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, why am I going on this roundabout? I'm one turn I'm one turn too early. Whoops. Okay, we're spinning now, guys. So that's a sign. I heard that honk. No, 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 no.
Oh, you should have hit the airport.
I no, but I hit the car behind me.
I mean,
I
fair.
should have hit the airport.
That's 400 euros.
No, my money in the train. So yeah, I did a little bit of driving. Went to like to Walmart, which is like a mile away from here. But I took like the back roads because I would not want to drive into like busy traffic not having insurance because that would be bad.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be a little bit tense because you'll be thinking, it's like, I don't have insurance. Why am I driving here? So,
So when are you gonna get your insurance?
we're hopefully gonna do it this month, or once the car insurance flips over to the next month, which is on like the 2nd, like the very early October. Hopefully we'll switch, then I'll have my name on there as well.
Cool.
Because we're in the process of switching insurance because AAA is really puts a pretty big charge when you're a new driver, even if I'm 24.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, kind of stupid, and oddly enough, even the AAA agent said, it's like, no, go for the other ones. This is a good deal. I'm going, okay. Because it's like, oh, all right then, cool story. We'll switch in like a few months, but we'll keep other things AAA and such and like that. And but I drove to Walmart with my mom because my dad was like kind of not feeling it. And I was like, okay, I mean, I'm licensed, like I don't technically need an adult that has to have another driver's license.
No, you don't.
So drove there and it was pretty good until an incident was almost created. I'm gonna say it that way because I feel it feels weird saying it like the more English way. Okay, Daryl.
Oh my lord, what does that mean, Daryl? I'm offended as an English wannabe
The more
person.
English way, the more direct, active way. I'm gonna say it very passively. But when I was like, I'm driving like in the community, going to Walmart because there's a way to do that. You don't have to like go off to like the main roads and whatnot. I'm rounding the corner. It's I'm on the more important road. That I don't want to say main road since I already said that clause. So dominant. Fuck it, we'll call it main road. Like the.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm talking about too. It's great.
You're like, I didn't have to go on the main roads, but now I had to go on a main road.
But it's like, how do I explain this? It's the main road for the community. So it's like, that's where most of the traffic will convert.
The main access to the community?
Yes. Thinking this in my head.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah. So it's like the main access road for the community. So where everyone like coming from their subdivisions or like their other little neighborhood.
I'm so glad that I call you and correct your English because I haven't taught English at all this week and it's driving me nuts.
Hey, at least it's gonna be a refresher course. At least you're helping me on my English. It's great. It works out.
Yes.
In a weird way.
Although, if I were properly to help you with English, it would be with an accent. But anyway.
At least you haven't developed it just yet.
Not yet, but there are some words where it does drag out a bit, and they're like, "Oh, miss, you're turning."
You're becoming one of us. Oh no!
I love it so much. Oh, I love them so much.
Oh, but yeah, there's one incident. Yeah, I'm on the main road. There's a car, stopped. There's a car stopped at the cross intersection. It's technically a through road for me, so I don't have to stop, but I have to slow down just in case of any, like sudden movements from any other traffic that might be coming around and be like, all right, I need to be wary about. But technically it is, my road. It's quote unquote my road. I could just keep going straight. I don't have to stop for anyone.
It's your space on the road. You don't own a road. You aren't that rich and not in France.
What do you mean? I'm in France right now. But
Making relevant jokes.
Relevant jokes for relevant folk. I'm done. Okay. But yeah, no, it's I don't have to necessarily stop. I would slow down because technically in the rule a good rule of thumb is to slow down when approaching intersections like those, because just in case if someone decides to bolt out or turn right in front of you, you want to brake, and you don't want to brake at a fast speed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm coming closer to the intersection. I see this person like inching a little bit more forward, trying to I'm pretty sure probably trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. And my instinct is to slow down because I don't want to just see him bolt across, and then I'll hit him, and then we just get into an accident. It's like I really don't want to do this. This is my first time driving again. No, and I don't have insurance yet. No. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna slow down. I guess because of that, I didn't slow down to like a very slow crawling speed or anything. Just slow down just like a little bit, just so I'll be alert.
So like what, 10 miles per hour or
no,
slower?
I was going like 35, 40. I would slow down to probably 30 to 25. Just in case if I need to hard brake, it's at least at a slower speed, so I could probably stop shorter.
By the way, that's going to be a topic today for me when I start talking.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about like 20 miles per hour. I'm like, that's still fast to me here, even though like back at home 20 kilometers an hour is a lot slower. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it's different measurements. 20 miles per hour is faster because they're going further.
Yeah, and miles is technically longer than kilometers.
I literally just said that.
Oh yeah, sorry. Reinstated once again, as I always do. Why is this truck on hard brake? But anyways,
police person Charles inching closer.
Yeah, it's like inching. Thank you. Inching closer and close, just trying to figure out. It's like, okay, I get from what I'm thinking after that moment. It's like, okay, maybe since I did slow down, he's thinking, oh, maybe this is a great time to do it. And honestly, in my head, if he is a very experienced driver, he probably could have made it. He probably could have made it, and we would have gone our merry ways without encountering an incident. Well, this driver kind of delayed just a bit too long, and then made the decision just a wee bit too late, and then start driving across the intersection. And I was getting closer at 25 at 30 around 30 miles an hour. So I'm just like, okay, we're almost gonna get into that. Okay, I'm braking now.
Motherfucker.
So I'm just like, okay, hard brake, honk, because that's what you do when you realize there's a car coming there's a car going across the intersection while I'm still going. And it's like, if you just thought of that about a second or two before, or maybe a couple seconds before, you could have probably made it. We wouldn't have encountered this. But
yeah,
not really. He decided to wait a bit and then go, and then it made a very awkward situation. I mean, we didn't, no accident or anything, obviously. Otherwise, I would say I got into an accident and I don't have insurance, and then I would have a bigger story to that. But for someone who's just getting back into driving and then encountering that just in the neighborhood, bit unnerving.
No.
But I mean, it didn't stop me from driving back or anything, because my mom doesn't know how to drive. She doesn't have a license, so it's like, okay, I have to drive home, and it's not that bad. I was like, but I realized even after a month and a half, I'm actually okay. I thought I'd be rusty with the turns and whatnot. Not really.
No.
I didn't overturn.
You had to study.
I didn't oversteer. I didn't understeer anything.
Oh my god.
2 out of 5 story. Not enough cursing in Tagalog. I was with my mom. She knows English a little bit better than my dad, so there's that.
Oh, okay.
And also high turner. Because otherwise, if I was with my dad, he probably would be screaming in Tagalog and then probably tell me to pull over, and then it's his turn to drive. I feel like he would have done that. 1 out of 5. Not enough cursing in French. Sacrez-vous? No, I'm not going there.
Oh my god. No, don't tempt me. You forget that I grew up in Canada, even though I'm in England right now.
It's okay. France is just a hell of a lot closer to you now.
Yes, but Canadian French is different than French.
That's true. That's true.
Quite a bit different.
Now that I think about it, I know I took a year of French. Was it French? I'm pretty sure it's French than Canadian French. It'd be interesting if it was Canadian French. But yeah, that was my driving experience. My one and only driving experience that almost had an accident. Almost got into an accident.
Well,
Also, I still have a slightly hard time trying to figure out judging distances because in terms of parking. Okay, let me try to complete the thought there, Daryl.
yeah, that was not a complete sentence whatsoever. 0 out of 5 on a essay.
On essay, on essay by talking. No, I'm still having a
Oral essay.
There we go.
Sorry.
I still have a hard time judging distances, especially when parking a car, and especially parking an SUV, because the only experience I've ever got in parking is with a car, like a small sedan or compact. I never actually had any practice parking into a spot or into the garage with the SUV.
Oh.
So it wasn't so bad at Walmart because there was a lot of open spaces until apparently a lot of people came to shop at that day because it was already getting close to the end of the day. Parking in the garage, it got a bit unnerving because I didn't know where to judge, how to judge like distances.
Objects in the mirror appear closer than they seem.
We had that, but as well as like anything in front because like I don't necessarily like for me. I think
Objects in the mirrors appear closer than they seem. It's still relevant.
True.
That's why judging distance is hard, is because mirrors are made that way.
But even looking at the front, I couldn't judge. It's like, how I forget how far the hood is, and then like I see the wall, and I'm trying to like inch closer without trying to like put my foot off the brake and then hit the house. That would have been bad if that happened.
Goodbye, house.
Literally though. The first thing I'd hit is the washing machine and maybe the water heater. So this house would have been infected. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Not good.
But yeah, I still have a hard time judging that. So that's like I inched where like I was supposed to be, and then I was like, I asked my mom, I was like, can you get out? I don't even know if I've already cleared I don't know if I cleared the garage or is there enough space in the front. So please check this for me.
Oh my god, you are now... You're like my mom when it comes to parking anywhere.
Oh, really?
Violet, get out. She's like, Violet, get out. I'm like, why, Mom? You're fine. No, I need to make sure I'm between the lines. Get out.
Oh,
Mom.
that too.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh yeah, I was also worried that I was like I'm gonna like be over the line, and then when I was parking at Walmart, even though there was like so many open spaces at that time, I'd be like, oh, I hope I'm right. Oh, I hope I'm right. Looks around me. Wow, I parked it perfectly, even though I just pulled up in front.
See, that's the difference between you and my mom. She doesn't park it perfectly whatsoever. She's like, the tire's on one line. Nah, that's no big deal. I'm like, Mom.
See, for my dad, that's OCD. Like he has.
My dad too.
It's like he has a complete OCD. Like, when it comes to parking, it's like even if it's like 2 inches away from the line, he would want to readjust it to be like perfectly centered into the parking spot. But did a random car park nearby? But did a random car nearby so many spots? Yeah, actually, yeah, because when I got out, I couldn't find the car at first.
Lol.
It was like it was all open at first, and then suddenly it's like, when did all these people come here? There was like a car right beside me, a car right beside me, and another car right beside that. I'm like, when did this get full all of a sudden? The fuck? But it's okay. At least no one parked shittily. Shitty.
There you go.
No one did a shitty parking job around me, which was great. It's like, okay, good. At least you're competent people that knows how to park. Unlike some other people.
Many other people.
Which is weird. There was civility. Civility? I'm making up words today.
You are not doing good with English whatsoever.
No, not today. It's pretty terrible.
So you're saying that people were civil?
Yeah, people were civil when it comes to parking. They act if they made a mistake, they did fix it. Otherwise, it's like, wow, I can actually get into the car and not have a problem. Cool.
Tony, he's not going back to bed. He's mine.
I'm yours for like the next quite a couple hours. Oh my lord. Okay,
Oh my God.
I intentionally did
Quite
that.
a couple hours.
I intentionally said that.
No, he takes a break. He's gonna leave me for a little bit.
I have to get some Subway.
Oh my God. Ooh, that's what I should do for lunch tomorrow. Is go to the Subway near my work. I think it's peri peri chicken on Fridays.
Why do you get good food, good Subway sandwiches? Subway.
Because I mean, I'm in England, and it's like where my school is, it's known as Little India. So I mean, if you Google that, you'll know where my school is.
It's like hello everything Indian.
So there's like peri peri chicken, there's like chicken tikka masala sandwiches, and like it's the shit.
Yes, Tony, I'm sorry. I don't have BTTV activated on the stream right now. I don't know why. I thought I did. I guess it's not. Otherwise, we'd totally see the Pogger's face. But yeah, that's basically how.
My Subway is better than your Subway.
I know, right? I mean,
I
I have extra questions about Subway because then it will probably more or less influence my choice of sandwich today. But
Very perch.
what was I saying again? Yeah, that's been my week. Hopefully, I need to start driving more. Like hopefully, one day. 'Cause I heard that my dad is getting tired, which makes sense. He's like old. He's 64. He's tired. He wants to just relax a bit.
Literally what I was gonna say, Tony. I'm like, why don't you just take over for your dad today and like treat him to Subway?
I drive the Subway because my dad will become anal for me. Like, oh, I'll just drive. It's like, I wish I could convince him to just, it's like, hey, I'll do the drive. But no, it's a
Daryl.
hard. It's
Daryl,
hard.
when you want to negotiate with parents, you have to repeat it 3 times. That's the golden rule. Dad, I'll take you. No, you don't have to, Dad. Let me take you. You've done so much for us. No, it's okay. Honestly, don't worry about it. Dad, let me take you. It's my treat. Oh, it's fine. Literally, my dad.
Point, but oddly, well, for my dad, it takes actually a lot more than 3. Probably like 10. And a few days, I think. Just let me drive for once, even if it's for like a short distance. But for something like that, I think he just was willing to drive anyways. I don't know. Like, I feel like my dad is just willing to drive just to drive, per se.
Fair.
So it's like, okay, I'll let him be. It's like his quote unquote freedom, escapism in a way of just drive. I am about to hit that guardrail.
You're gonna flip the truck.
But yeah, like I need to get like used to that because he said he's being tired, and whatnot. I was like, okay. Hopefully, then when I actually do have insurance, maybe I can actually take over things. I know my parents are still listening. My parents are still sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, like a bridge. Oh, this is a bridge to Normandy. What?
Normandy D-Day. History joke.
I know. Oh, yeah,
History
Battle of
truth.
Normandy.
Yeah, that's Deliverance Day, Normandy, where the troops arrived in Normandy to help beat the French.
Come on! Hey, look, I'm passing the Seine River. The River Seine.
There you go.
Let me say it the other way, technically. It's
The
technically
insane
that way.
river.
The Seine River. What am I, North American? Oof.
Gross. It's kind of like how today's the 13th of September, not September 13th. Because Europe does it differently. They go day, month, year.
You mean the whole world does it that way? Only North America does it month, day, year. I'm not kidding.
Girl, how the fuck am I supposed to know that when it's the first time me escaping North America? You're so mean.
I watch too much YouTube videos that talks about this. Or read too much BuzzFeed articles. No, it's BuzzFeed articles.
Gross.
Yeah.
Mind you, there's worse things over here.
Oh, I bet.
Like Huffington Post.
The Onion. No, not the Onion. No. That's always international.
Huffington Post.
I thought there's like another one that's really, really funny and crude.
There probably is, but mind you, most of the newspapers here are kind of crude. From what I've noticed.
They show no boundaries, unlike North American media.
They are very free with their things that they say and post.
Which could be a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't know. All I saw the other day when I was exploring was something about like this prisoner that got escaped and it's gonna ruin us all. And I'm like, oh my god, over dramatization there. It was printed on the front page of all the newspapers, and I'm like, oh England.
Let's bring the whole world into shock. Here we go.
We're gonna shock the world. And I'm like, no. No, you're not.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing this week. Realizing I never ended that clause, the thing. Trying to English, okay.
To be fair, you were kind of left off where you're talking about your parents like wanting to slow down, and you never finished that thought or that kind of anything. So
trying to convince my dad, like, and all that stuff, right? And then English, senor, I know.
Inglés, señor, por favor.
But I'm in France.
Parlez-vous en anglais? Please?
S'il vous plaît.
There we go.
It's like that's the only one of the few phrases in French that I know for some stupid reason.
Parlez-vous en anglais? S'il vous plaît, s'il vous plaît.
I thought you said s'il vous plaît, soufflé. Delicious!
Parlez japonais.
Oof.
Tony, just for you. Me no speak Americano.
Japanese, monsieur. Fuck you.
Oh my god.
If only. I would just say nani, but you know.
Nani?
Nani? Nandesu ka? Anyways, hi Dragon.
Nani?
You are my special guest for EU friendly Trick and Talk Thursdays because it's EU friendly and you're in the EU. And you've been doing a lot of shit for actually the past 2 weeks.
Actually, I'm in a country that's no longer part of the EU.
Wait, Brexit actually happened?
No, it's very close though.
So technically, you're still part of the European Union. Just we're on the last threads of that. I don't know why I said it in that feeling, but okay.
I don't know. It was like an old American man just going back in my day.
With the accent, it would have been a very bad British man.
Fair, yes.
Article 13, though.
I don't know that.
I forgot what that is.
I'm sorry, I'm not British enough to know. Yes. Hi, yes, my week. Shit, I was gonna say something before we did the thing, and now shit.
It's okay. I've been rubbing off my stupidity and greatness to you. It's great.
No, you distracted me with Brexit talk. Anyway.
To the person that brought up Brexit.
I distracted myself. It's fine. That's okay. That's a lot of legal jargon. Ugh. Tony.
Oh, I did miss something.
No, okay, take the floor. Go for it. Do it. I know. It's fine. I've already accepted this week that I'm not important. It's fine.
Nope. To the whole community.
Talk about Article 13.
Meanwhile, I'm the one that got 2 copyright strikes on their YouTube channel. Because thinking that... Oh, okay. In hindsight, I thought I would have been fine because I already got a copyright notice. No copyright EU say that bad. God damn, I got distracted. But okay. So I'm gonna try and explain this in a general context. It's gonna be very hard. Yes, I know my truck is still beeping. Shut up. So I uploaded some videos over the weekend that were like of a series that me and my friends, actually including Tony, that have been watching. It's one like Japanese. I really want to say it's a Japanese kids show because it is technically targeted for that.
Oh my god, she's so cute. Sorry. I'm sorry. Random friend request on Facebook. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
It's just so.
So I've been trying to like this is like it's for like a basically a Japanese kid show. And I'm just like, I've seen like these like renditions of stuff and like that, and it's like, huh, maybe I could do my own thing, like try to see what I could do with it. I know for the fact I'll get a copyright notice no matter what because it's not my property. Basically, I just want it to be within the quote unquote meme. I don't know if it's a, well, I mean, you can make anything a meme, Daryl, so. Yeah, I kind of wanted to jump into the bandwagon, and then, try it out. Because, it's like a little thing. I just want to see if it works, to see if any people would see it. If so, cool, right? And they did. It started growing a little bit. I gained like quite a bit of subscribers, which hopefully I could tell on YouTube I can't upload this anymore, otherwise my YouTube channel will be banned. Because 3 copyright strikes equals takedown, complete takedown.
Oh my god, you got 2 from all that?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Daryl.
And the thing, like, first it was a copyright notice, and I know that for a fact because again, I don't own the content. I just wanted to show like, it's like this is what I wanted to do. This is what was cool. I just wanted to be like, see if everyone could see it. To be like, try to gain a new thing in audience. Wait, I can link stuff, right? Yeah, sure, go ahead. You're mod. I don't ban links for mod. I don't think I do. So
sorry, I just saw the TLDR.
Honestly, he's technically right.
So
And technically Tony has been doing it as well, but just not publicly. He's just been sharing it just between me and another friend. Actually, another friend is Brianna. Holy shit! I just realized I could have just said that.
He is so smarter than you.
Yeah. But I just like it's just test the waters, try to see it, like what people think, and then see if I wanted to do more. And I did, like been doing that. So when do we watch V-Rain's band? Oof. Shut up. So I did that, and it was fine. It was actually, I gained this like quite a bit of the audience, like a little bit of the audience and whatnot, and it was cool. And then
YouTube.
The fuck? When did this happen? This past weekend. Was it this past weekend? Yeah. No. Monday or Tuesday. I forgot when. Forget which day. I load up to Monday technically because I remember this was after doing the Night in the Woods stream. I go to my YouTube channel and then I see a very daunting message saying you have a copyright strike to this video. And I've already uploaded, I think, 3. But the reason why it's 2 because one of them actually claimed the copyright strike on 2 videos. So it's just 1 strike on 2 videos. And I get this thing and it says that you have a copyright strike. You have to go through the thing and whatnot. You have to go through like their little you're gonna be punished, blah 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 blah, and you have to follow this, I think, what was it, questionnaire of sorts, saying what about the things you know about copyright. And oddly enough, they use Happy Tree Friends to explain about copyright. It's interesting. So if you ever get a copyright strike, you're gonna get that Happy Tree Friends video. It's a good. It's an interesting to note. But yeah, I saw and then I'm looking at it. Okay, who did the copyright? And lo and behold, it actually it was one of them was the company. The other one, because it was a Japanese thing, was apparently the holders of Japanese copyrights. Like the conglomeration of industries that holds copyrights to media. And it was even more interesting to note that it wasn't automatically detected. Someone manually put a copyright strike to this. So someone went through the videos and did a manual copyright strike. I'm just like, okay, this is serious.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay. So I got that first one, and then about like an hour or two later, I got the second one, and it's like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna delete the videos. I'm not gonna risk it to keep it here. I'm just gonna immediately delete it. I mean, I still got those strikes. It would last until December. But I'm just like,
man.
I don't want to keep this any longer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna erase it, just leave it out, and just, move on with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, oof. So I can't really do stupid stuff for the next 3 months to warrant a third copyright strike. Otherwise, channel is banned forever. I would have to create a new channel.
And we would cry.
Ah, the good old Avex intern. I don't even probably actually now I think about it, because no, it wasn't Avex actually, Tony. It was Toei that the holders of the show, Toei, actually put the copyright strike. Manually put the copyright strike. So it wasn't Avex. Spamwaits 2 channel incoming. I hope not. I honestly hope not.
Yeah.
So
That means you'll have to be careful of where you even vlog and stuff too.
yeah, definitely. I do need to be careful of what audio, what video, scenes used and everything. I have to keep aware of that now for the next 3 months, and technically for forever, because realizing now how much shit you can get into when you do actually get a copyright check. Sure, copyright notice, you'll see it here and there if you do end up using it.
Sorry.
You meme too close to this. Yeah, fuck you. But you know what? That's true. Just
Tony, you're my favorite. I just want to say that right now. You're my favorite.
I don't think he likes that, because he still has a weird. I don't know if he still has a weird.
Tony, I'm not Canadian anymore. I'm in England. Get wrecked.
We'll see about that. But yeah, and I was actually gonna finish up the other videos that I had up, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna finish them, or I'll probably would just to see what it looks like, but I won't upload it. Because it became an experiment that I actually just wanted to keep doing, but it's I'm gonna hold off for a bit and then do it, and then actually finish it one day. Also, I uploaded this on the Japanese video sharing website Nico Nico, and they haven't got the a copyright strike down, but I removed it anyways, just in case.
Good. Good.
Because I don't want to hit a double whammy and then be like, they're gonna come for my ass, aren't they?
They're gonna come for you. Blood, sweat, and tears.
But yeah, just
sword, axe, and hammer. Sorry. Being dramatic.
Hey, you might not know what could happen. I hope not. That'd be bad.
It would be bad.
That's trouble I don't want to get myself into. Though I still feel like I'm being watched anyways by the government, because yeah. I mean, I still have my.
We all are. Big Brother watches us everywhere.
Yeah, but I feel like Big Brother really watches over me, because They take down sites that I go to, and it's so sad.
Oh, well then.
It's like I just wanted to like look at some stuff.
Like what
and
websites?
illegal sharing sites for things that I could not like easily access
Oh,
online. I'm trying to be as
there.
legal as possible, but I'm just like, it's like sometimes I just couldn't access them at all. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go once, and then that's it. And after it's like, hey, I want to see if they still have the thing. Oh, website's down. Slightly related. So for WWE recording, Frank got copyright notice because of the music. I uploaded the video. YouTube said I was Gucci. What? Like what? It's like, oh yeah, you're fine. I think that also depends on like the location you're at. I think, granted, unless if this is like all in the same country, then I don't even know. It could just be selective. It could more likely be selective.
I mean, North America has regions, so like things can be region blocked.
Even
I
like the
know
place you
that very
uploaded
well.
actually could be region blocked. It's interesting. He's in the same city as us, Dar. Oh, probably selective then. I guess YouTube just hates him or something.
A poor person. No.
Or YouTube just loves you. I don't know.
Well, YouTube wants to give you a cookie and a pat on the back. Sorry.
So you uploaded this video. No, it's like, congratulations. We're not gonna do anything about it. Meanwhile,
Love.
I'm gonna take you down. Granted, I knew the copyright. I just didn't expect. It's like, oh wow, I didn't expect a full copyright strike. Huh. Okay. So it's like, okay, so that became lesson learned, and it's like, all right, I probably won't upload it now. I like my channel. Maybe if I decided to create a burner one, but I really don't want to do that either, just because they do find the original one. Original channel, my channel.
Sure. I'll pretend you know what you're talking
Mortal
about.
Kombat people, he good. Oh.
Well, that's fine. You'll have to show him later.
Oh, yeah. We'll see. So yeah, that's my story for copyright.
Fun times.
It was like the interesting experience of dealing with copyright.
Mm-hmm.
At least I didn't have to go to full copyright school. I don't know what that would
Oh
be.
my god. YouTube's sitting there going, smack, 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 this isn't good, smack, 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 be better, smack, smack, smack.
And then you have to take online lessons of like what not to do when copywriting. Or what not
This
to
is
do.
the definition of copyright. This is why your video was copyright struck. This is exactly what you did, and it's part of the definition of copyright. You're a
Funny
bad
thing
boy.
is, that was the whole Happy Tree Friends video that I saw. I wish I could share it, but I'm pretty sure that's private. Or not. If you search up Happy Tree Friends copyright and you send it over and I think it's the video, I'll tell you if it's the video.
Be right back. I mean, I'm not a guest. I'm like haven't said a shit on this show at all. So I mean, be right back.
Sorry.
Happy Tree Friends copyright school.
Is it this?
Oh my god, it has 8.1 million views. This is great.
It is this one. Yeah, that's the one.
Lumpy. Oh my god, I love Lumpy.
I like how they kept the rating system on this thing. 19K up, 69K down. Okay. Duh. But okay. Yep, that's the video, alright.
Even Lumpy. Sorry, I'm done now.
I remember seeing that video. It's like, man, I haven't watched Happy Tree Friends in like ever.
Same. That's funny. I love it.
But yeah, that happened. I am officially a very good, terrible person.
Yeah, yes, you are. Dun dun dun. Okay, hi friends. This is the voice that I have. My name is Dragon. It's my turn for the show.
Yes. Take it over.
For like half an hour. Damn, Daryl, you talked for like an hour.
I realized that. Granted, I talked for like, I'd like had stupid moments for a good 20-30 minutes. For like half of it, really, actually.
No, you talked a lot. But anyway, hi. My week was interesting. It was the first real week of doing this teaching thing and doing cover, which is like supply teacher or like being a substitute teacher, depending on where you're from in North America. So basically, I'm an in-school substitute teacher. So basically, I come into work every day and I wait for my schedule to be posted between like 8 and 8:15 a.m. And then I'll see if anyone's missing and then see if I have to go cover any lessons. And then I go to that class.
I don't know why that's not in context.
Okay, to be fair though, like some people on the list, they had like question marks by the end of the week. And I'm like, that's scary. Because that means they haven't reported to the office. And like, days. Not any question marks, so I'm like, hey. So yeah, anyway, but like, so I actually got to do some lessons in teaching, and my school has basically from like grade 6 to like 12, which is years 7 to 13 here in the UK.
So it's a mixture of middle and high school, right?
Yeah, basically, but it's just secondary here. It's all just secondary. Although technically year 6 is still part of Key Stage like 2, so it's still technically primary, but I don't know how.
It varies per state.
Yeah, not state, because England doesn't have states, it's a country.
With a conglomeration of cities and villages. I turned off the engine. Fuck.
It has, oh my god, it has counties and city, like it has cities and then counties and then like little towns in the counties. And London is a confusing fucking place. Welcome to my world.
It's a conglomeration of everything. Woohoo!
Think about LA. That's just it's confusing. But yeah. Anyway, so like years 7 to 13, so grade 6 to like 12, basically is what's in my school. And I must say, I've been covering a lot of science lessons, and oh my fudging god, why?
Aren't you an English major?
Huh, yeah. And a Spanish minor, but there's no English cover for at all, because everybody's been here and good for the first couple weeks of school. Good for them. But I'm a cover supply teacher, so my major and my minor, my specialties do not matter. I cover wherever I'm needed.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming you just don't need to know like lesson planning of this sorts, right?
And they give you, if they're a good teacher, if they're a good teacher, they'll give me cover work, which is usually a worksheet, textbooks, and they do the work on their own, and they have to be quiet.
Right.
If they're a bad cover teacher, they give me nothing, and I want to cry.
And then from there, you just have to wait. Oh, so hi, Josh.
Hiya, Josh. Well, welcome to the stream. I'm talking about my week because this nerd, good, you deserved it. This nerd talked for like an hour, so it's my turn.
That's surprising too. Anyways, go.
Yeah, so I'm basically a cover supply teacher here in England, and I got to actually cover some lessons. And the lessons I've covered have been maths. Sorry, it's England. They don't say math. They say maths.
Maths.
Like with an S.
Also, thank you, Josh, for the host. Maths.
Thank you. Yeah, it's maths. Because then, if you think about it, mathematics. So maths.
Oh, it's not a mathematic. It's a mathematic. Actually, okay. Huh.
So technically they're right. They're technically correct. But mind you, there's many different kinds of maths.
That's true.
So it kind of is plural in many ways, so it works sense. Kind of like science here, sciences, and yeah, so they just did the same thing here. Anyway, so I've covered math lessons. Oh, yay, thank you. You're the best, Josh. I'm just talking about my life. So I got to cover some year 8s and year 9s in math, which was a nightmare because year
Dang.
8s are like, I'm a year older and I'm the shit now. And then
Shit,
year
man.
9s, and then year 9s are going through hormonal craziness. They're just,
That's always the
it's
great
just a
year,
nightmare.
though.
Yeah, grade 8s back at home. But hey, Josh, we're doing great.
Doing
I'm
great.
doing
She's really
fantastic.
tired because it's the end of the day for her, while for me, it's the more or less the beginning of the day.
Yeah, it's great. And plus, I'm kind of mad at this derp for some things, so we're gonna hash that out.
Oh yeah.
Not on stream. I wish I could, but not on stream.
Well, it depends. I mean, I guess it depends on what we're going to talk about if it comes around.
We'll see. But anyway, so this week I covered year 8 and year 9 maths, and that was kind of hell. And I'm like, shit, I need to do some reflection. See, this is one thing you guys are going to know a lot about me is that I actually do take my role pretty seriously, and I actually write reflections every day.
You're
So,
pretty.
like, if some.
I'd say you're pretty. Well, I mean, even like outside of school, you're pretty organized and reflective. Reflective? I think that's the pretty much.
Yeah, because, like, when things go that wrong, you should take time to think about it.
Yeah.
So I did, and now things have gotten better, but I almost lost my voice today after, like, just before lunch,
Oh no.
because, my god, year 7s, they were such angels earlier this week, and now they were nightmares today, just because it was before lunch, and they're like, Miss, we got out early today, and I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, we get out for early lunch, so we don't have to do all of this, and I'm like, no, you have to do it. They're like, no, we don't have to do any of
all
it,
of this.
and I'm
The
like,
fuck? That's not how school works, kids.
so it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. But it's funny because, like, my teachables are English and Spanish, but I've been covering math, sciences, and I also did health and social care today for year 10s, which is it's something.
Ooh.
The reason why I say it's something is because the teacher never gave me any cover work, so
Oh,
I didn't
no.
know what to do for the students.
At least
So
at least they
I
weren't.
was like, all right, so you guys are just starting this course, right? They're like, yes, miss, and I'm like, good way to get started. Read the first few pages of the textbook and make some notes. And if you don't understand a word, you guys have computers. You can look them up and define them as keywords in your workbooks. Go.
At least they're not learning about the birds and the bees and what the fuck are you were trying to do
No, the start of the textbook was actually kind of neat. It was kind of talking about diversity and equality and
to me.
like,
Oh, okay.
and in regards to like health and safety, like, should we care about our like differences and should we care about being treated equally and that kind of stuff. So it was kind of really neat. So I mean, I got to read part of the textbook with them because I was like, hey, I'm gonna sit here between you two because you guys haven't even opened your books yet, so please open them. Like now. And no, I'm not leaving until you start reading. And they're like, but miss, you're like between us. I'm like, that's the point.
When you start reading, then I'll move.
Yeah. It's easy
That's
for
actually a
first
really
page.
good lesson. That's a really good way to force them to read.
Like they were students. And they're like, but miss, you're like, there's not enough room for us. And I'm like, well, you should have thought of that earlier and started reading like 10 minutes ago. And they're like, wow, miss, you're too good at this. And I'm like, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate the compliment. Now shush and read.
Glad to know you still got a ball of sass even when teaching.
I mean, I use it in a good way, so I mean, it's great. It's not to like bring their morals down, it's just to make them giggle a little bit. But yeah, so they're fun. So yeah, I covered those lessons, and then, what else has happened as my role? So, my official role is cover supervisor, but now I'm also a SEN report, or no, not report, SEN support. Jesus.
I was about to say, what do you have to report for the SCN? Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
No, SEN is like special educational needs support, I guess is what I am as well. So I support 2 students throughout the school day. So whenever I'm not covering, I'm with them.
Oh, I see.
So I'm with one student who just I'm only supporting her for like her social needs. in a sense, like make sure she's like being treated okay in her class and she's getting around all right, and that she's talking to people and like speaking clearly, that kind of thing. So it's a pretty easy role. I mainly help out the teacher more than her
Oh.
because she's actually a really like lovely girl. She really is. I appreciate her so much.
Aw.
And then the other student, he has like other stuff going on where it's a lot more serious. So I have to escort him to like classes and things and make sure he's okay.
Just so nothing
So
bad happens or anything of sorts.
yeah. It just it depends on it depends on the day for him, kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's just sort of like if he's in an okay mood, then he's probably going to be fine throughout the whole day. But if he's in a horrible shit mood, then he's gonna need some real extra like watching.
It's
So
like hopefully you don't do anything too stupid.
nah, he's actually a really good kid. We talk a lot about like his favorite subjects and how he finds some very boring depending on the day. He's a funny kid. I actually really like him. He's
Aw.
funny. Today he was telling me all about like, oh, Gujarati is so boring. It's like I already know how to speak the language, so why should I even be here? But mind you, my writing should be better because I know it and it's not better, so I need to be there to write better. But it's just so boring. And I was like, you're the best kid ever. You literally have summoned up English for me in like 3 seconds sometimes when I was in high school.
I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here, but I need to write better because I'm going to be a person.
Okay, no offense, gonna be so offended. It sounds very like he sounds like the typical yet stereotypical teenager.
Yeah, like, well, he's not. He's in year 7,
Oh.
so he's kind of like a little bit more mature in
Okay.
some aspects.
Son.
Yeah, he's quick-tempered sometimes, so he'll like yell out like "shut the fuck up," and it's like hallway. We're gonna have a full talk.
Oof. That's just oof.
Yeah, so he's pretty funny, but like, so I support those 2 students between my cover work, and so sometimes I'll be busy from the morning, like from right the moment when I step in at 8 o'clock in the morning, or right till I leave at 3:20. But yeah, it's just how it goes. So my job is busy now, and so this week is the first week of that, and oof.
So do you get assigned for like the whole? Do you know if you get assigned for the rest of the semester, year, whatever, or is it just for like that month thing?
I don't even know.
Oof.
It seems like I'll be helping them throughout this whole semester, and then hopefully after this term, I should say, we don't do semesters here, terms.
Right.
Hopefully after this term I can actually get into my own classes. Because that would be better. I want to teach my subject area.
I need to actually get my experience.
I want to teach English, please. They read really cool books here in England, and I wish we would read them at home.
Just get the course material and you're like, alright, time to create some course material for this, because yes.
I want to read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Yes, please. Thank you. Sorry, I supported an English class today, and that's what they were reading, and I was like, my favorite, C.S. Lewis. Thank you. But anyway. So yeah, that's my crazy week and roll and that stuff on. Also Tuesday was like a day off for me, so that's kind of funny. I've had like a shorter week technically, but it's been really exhausting.
I was like wondering about that until I remember you told me earlier on last week. I was like thinking in my head, I was like, what are you doing on a Tuesday? I'm just supposed to be at work. Oh right, she's doing that on that day.
Yeah, so basically, I had to go for my national insurance number appointment, which was really easy and probably the easiest thing I've done since like first applying to the UK. So like, Jesus, yay, yeah.
Where am I delivering to? I'm going from Le Havre to La Rochelle. I'm still in France. I'm gonna be sticking with France for like quite a bit because, yeah. I still got this, and somehow inside here, I don't know how I missed like this. Like, oh, there's actually a shit ton more roads than I thought. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, that's where I'm going. Sorry.
It's fine. I was only in mid-sentence. So I basically Tuesday the day off from work because I had to go. If you guys know London at all, it's crazy big and annoying, and there's just so many trains, and I had to
But
go
that's
to
the
the
fun part. Unless if you have
no.
an appointment also.
So like going there was not so fun. Coming home back was totally fun.
Because then you get to explore.
Yeah, I got to explore. So I got to explore after the appointment, but before that I had to go to my national insurance number appointment, which is like your SIN number, basically the thing you need to get paid. Right now I'm being paid through exemption until I get it. Thank you, England, for being a nice, kind soul.
What do you mean by exemption?
It means that they know that I went for my appointment and that my number is going to be in the mail in 2 to 4 weeks from now.
Oh, then all you
So
gotta do is go
I'm
back.
exempted from the national insurance number requirement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ooh, London to Calais.
Calais.
Beautiful.
Probably the tunnel you're gonna be taking rather than the ferry. Is there a ferry? Yeah, there's a ferry. I don't know.
Right.
Anyways.
No, keep going. So I had to do that appointment, and it was really easy. It just took forever.
Did you have to wait long line?
Not well. There was like a lot of us that came for a 2 o'clock appointment, but they had half the staff working. So we were there for a while. We basically were like our folder was put into like a random pile, and then they like mixed up the pile, so I had no idea where mine was anymore, so I didn't know where I was in the line. And then they took half of us upstairs, and then they threw mine on the bottom, so I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be here forever. I was just like, wow. I was like, damn it. I probably could have visited Waterloo and other places, but no, I had to go to Embankment, which is fine. Embankment was beautiful and lovely and amazing.
Why did I get that song in my head?
I don't know what song you sang because I was talking. My god, am I gonna have to pull my teacher shit on you?
I hope not. Oh, I need to get gas. Shit.
As soon as I say, Daryl, that's very disrespectful, you know I'm angry.
Yeah.
And that it's teacher voice.
Dude, shit got serious. Okay.
Yeah. So I went to do that. It took 45 minutes altogether. For like, and literally the appointment itself was like 5 minutes.
You gotta love appointments like that. It's like, I only need to be here for 5 minutes. Why'd you get me, guys? You had to make me wait. Oof.
Yeah, right. So I was like, really? Okay, great. And then they're like, yeah, your letter should be in the mail in 2 to 4 weeks. If it's not, make sure you call this number, because then you can yell at them for us. And I'm like, okay. Great.
We don't want to yell it for you. You gotta yell it for them.
Exactly. So, like, I did that, and I was like, alright. And then when I left, and I'm like, ugh. Well, I don't want to go home, and I can't go back to work because it's really late. Plus, they gave me the whole day off, so I mean, just taking it. So I was like, what do I want to do? Okay, I haven't been on this line before, this like tube line. So I'm like, where does this tube line go? By the way, the northern line is confusing as fuck.
I was about to ask which line was it. doesn't
the northern line
split
like
into
weaves
like
in and
two?
out of areas. It splits into 2 and then comes back into 1 and then splits into 2 again and comes back into 1. And then it splits into 2.
London Underground is so confusing, I swear.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, northern line, let's see, And then I was on my phone Googling areas because I'm like, alright, do I want to go to London Bridge? No, I don't know if I want to do that today. Do I want to go to Victoria Gardens? Hey, I kind of want to go to Covent Garden because there's a Canadian-styled pub there called the Maple Leaf, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm getting off at Embankment. I'm going over the bridge, which I thought was the Golden Jubilee Bridge, but it's not called that. Fuck. That's fine. I went on the bridge, and I got to see the London Eye, and I was over the Thames River, and I got to see the Embankment Pier, which was like the ferry service, which, by the way, you can use your Oyster card for, and I'm very happy because I'm going to go on a pier maybe this weekend. We'll see.
Explore all of downtown London. Downtown. Central London.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a downtown London. Central.
It's the city of London. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that works too. That works too.
Literally. Well, because like there's the city of Westminster, then there's the city of this, city of that, city of that, and then there's the borough of this, and then there's
But
the
then
borough of that.
you're in the megatropolis of the Metro London area.
Yeah, basically.
You gotta love those confusions of city, metro, whatever.
Oh, I know. I'm learning them very quickly. But anyway, so what I did after my appointment was go to Embankment. So I took the tube to Embankment, got off, and
Wait,
went...
I got a question.
Yes.
I forget if it's that station or some other station has like the really sharp curve into when entering the station, or the station is located on a sharp curve.
I couldn't tell
Where you
because the station basically, like, when you came up the stairs or the escalator, you had two ways to exit. You can go like north to Covent Garden, or you can go south to like the pier. So like there was like a big arch. Oh, hello! I hit my mic. My bad. Sorry.
Payback. I hit my mic too. Payback for what? I don't know.
In my ears always. But like basically there's this big arch building basically, so it kind of like has an archway through it where you can walk right through, and then like one way equals access to like the pier and like the south side of Victoria Garden, and then like you can go all the way through to the north where you can head up to Covent Garden and like the big shopping area and like the arches, and it's really cool.
Fans.
Oh, and then like another entrance to Victoria Garden.
And because me as a train nerd, I've watched like stuff about London Underground and whatnot. And I know there's like a station that just situated on a very sharp curve where you just hear the really loud announcement of "Mind the gap." God knows why that got in my head, but it's like I think it was some station.
Mind the gap is a commonly used phrase for every stop on every train along the tube, because there is a large gap and either you need to step down off the train for, like on the Northern Line, or you need to step down into the train. So there's actually a gap between the train and the platform.
Wow.
So the
Granted,
Northern Line
old
train,
system. That makes sense, actually.
Northern Line train is a big fucking train that you have to step up into, and it's not a small little step. It goes hip, well, it's a big step.
You gotta lift your leg up, make it look pretty, and then board the train.
You gotta get your leg up there, and then because I'm short, use the rail and pull you up.
Oh.
So yeah, Northern Line trains are huge. Anyway, so in Megman area, I got to see the Thames River for the first time. I was so happy.
Does it look beautiful as it traverses through London?
Yes, and I got to see the London Eye behind the National Rail station.
Which one?
National Rail at Embankment there. No, sorry, Charing Cross.
There we go.
Charing Cross.
Because I know
All the
there's
southeastern lines. It's all southeastern there, basically.
So we
Yeah.
Southeast England.
Yes. Don't ask me where the destinations were. I'm trying to remember the board, but I don't remember the board whatsoever right now. It's been a few days.
I was like, yeah, Tuesday. Yes, Daryl. Yesterday was Tuesday. Holy shit.
I mean, ew, no. So it was great because I got to go over the bridge, and I literally just stood on the bridge for like half an hour enjoying the peace and like the beauty of all the architecture like along the sides of the Thames and stuff, but also like not really peaceful because it was kind of rush hour and people were crossing that bridge really quickly.
You're just basking in the what's the word?
The expanse.
Yeah.
The landscape.
I always like doing that. It's when I did that and stuff. It's always nice to just like stand there. Even if there's people moving, it's just interesting just to stand there.
Yes. And I got to see like all the ferries come in to Embankment and leave, and I was like, oh, this is so cool.
You said half an hour, so you really got lost. You got lost into that, and just like, I'm gonna be here. For a bit.
Yeah, it was really good. And then I got to see the people like I got to see people go onto the London Eye and go around it a couple times and then get off it once. So
Oh
I
wow.
mean, it was
Nice.
kind of cool to watch. So I did that, and then I went down. And then, fun fact, guys, in England, in Canada, there's literally a law saying that if you're an establishment that serves food or drinks, you need to have a toilet in the restaurant. In England, no.
No.
Nowhere. No toilet to be found anywhere. So then I literally had to like ask one of the I had to ask one of the police officers. I'm like,
Oh.
where can I find a public toilet? I need to go. And he's like, oh, you poor thing. The closest one would be back down through like towards Covent Garden, um, up the like 3 flights of stairs to Charing Cross National Rail Station, and you need to use the public toilets there.
Oh.
Fun fact: the toilets were also like another like 2 flights of stairs down.
Yikes.
So I was like, I'm gonna be horrible and use the like handicap access toilet that's on the same floor as me because I climbed 3 flights of stairs. I don't want to climb 2 more
Oh,
down.
I also have another question.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Because I think I've seen videos of this. I don't know if it's still happening now. I know that in some places in London, especially at some train stations, I don't remember which one specifically, they actually charge the person to use the toilet.
Oh, fun fact. Okay, so Charing Cross free.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about that national rail station. But
Okay.
when I was back in Manchester, at the coach station, it was 30 pence to go use the toilet.
Oof.
30 pence. And I was like, what the fuck? And I think that's the same at Victoria. I can't remember.
Okay,
So
it's
usually, like
still-
the bigger like stations, that's still like you gotta pay to use the toilet, which is like fucking what?
Which I mean, I guess it removes the squatters and like the people, you know, like
People still sleep in the fucking stations, please.
true. At
They
least they
do.
don't have to mess with the toilet, I guess.
I guess, but that means the whole place gets to smell like pee, so I mean, lose.
I mean, I get that almost every day in San Francisco. God damn it, someone fix that shit.
I mean, same back at home in Edmonton, like, no, wherever there's like low poverty or homelessness, it's gonna smell like piss anywhere you go. Anywho, let me talk about how beautiful Victoria Gardens is and how like so many pretty statues are in there and like fountains and trees. Because Victoria Garden's really great, and oh my god, if you're like into poetry like I am, Victoria Garden has a fucking statue of Robert Burns, and it's great because he's the best Scottish poet ever, and he wrote about natural beauty, and literally, I was like on my phone looking up his poetry while walking through Victoria Garden because it was just perfect, because he was just
Such
a
a
poet
nerd.
that wrote about natural beauty. I know I'm a nerd, but I loved it.
It's cute.
Yeah, and then they had like other statues for like other like educators and like teacher, like a couple. There's one for a teacher and an educator, and then there's another statue that there's no real description for. I think it just said like 2 people's names, like Arthur and something, and it was like this little woman draped over like the statue stand, like this woman draped over and looking up at a man. And I was like, that's really pretty. Oh my god. I love that. I need to do some more research on that one, but yeah. But I walked through Victoria Garden. It was really pretty and nice and very busy because rush hour, so lots of people everywhere. So, oh my god, my vlog's going to be a mess because tilting camera down and to avoid people is great.
It's okay. You'll get used to it and you just start recording them anyways until they ask you on it. But yeah, she has a YouTube channel, so I think I have those links ready.
Oh,
for
yeah.
you. Exclamation point dragon.
I am posting vlogs of my adventures in London because I'm here for the first time ever.
She moved there from Canada, so if you ever wanted to see a new view of London, especially through her eyes, someone who has never been to London till then, go watch it. It's pretty good.
It's really fun. Then my next leg of the journey was to walk up to Covent Garden area-ish and go to Maiden Lane and find the Canadian pub. And they had poutines there. I had ordered a poutine and a drink and like dessert. That's it, because it was kind of expensive. But I wasn't that hungry anyway. After all that walking, I was like, meh. But their poutine was good. The gravy needed to be thicker.
A water gravy.
It was a little bit watery and not as good, but it was like, it was okay. I wasn't like too upset.
Still learned that from when me and my friends made poutine. I had watered down gravy.
The only place that you could ever eat a poutine is in Canada, but this bar was like really decorated in like lots of Canadian like paraphernalia and like memorabilia, and it was so great. And I did a thing. Canadians obviously were leaving Canadian dollar bills up on the wall and like signing their names on it and stuff, and like hanging it up on the wall and like saying that like their name and where they're from. So I grabbed a $10 Canadian bill because I still have one. And I wrote "Home Away from Home, Violet, Edmonton, Alberta."
Aww.
And I looked on the wall, and there was like another person from Edmonton, Alberta on the wall, and I was like, yes!
Where are you? Are you still here?
Probably not. So that was kind of nice, and I got to do that. And the dessert was okay. It was just it was a cookie dough cheesecake. But it was too doughy, if that makes sense. Like, it was less cookie, more doughy.
Like more cheesecake?
And creamy. Yeah.
Oh.
It was just not good. It just wasn't pleasant.
I see.
Which is unfortunate.
Oh.
But yeah. But no, I still kind of need to see a really, really, really typical, very over-the-top souvenir Canadian bar in London. So it's kind of fun. And that was great. And
would you give them the effort points that they tried?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's ran by Canadians, so I mean, they had to give us a little bit of, give us a bit of a laugh. So it was kind of cool.
Okay, I also have to ask the question.
Yeah.
How many times have you heard how many times have you heard the word "eh" when being in there?
I did hear it a couple of times, but I don't think I heard it more.
Okay.
I think more people were still there. I mean, dear Lord. I'm watching your stream right now going, what the fuck scared you?
It's coming in a bit.
Yeah. Oh my god. And you hustles. Most of the bar was filled with British patrons that were silly, and they were mucking about. Oh my god. Mucking about. Yeah, it's just messing around is basically what it means. But I've heard mucking around way too much because we catch students from mucking out. So, anyway,
that makes sense, actually.
I mean, English slang? Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. You discovered a recruitment agency.
Yes, I did.
My god. But it was fun. But then after I left the bar, I went up into Covent Garden because I needed to catch the tube at Covent Garden because it's part of the Piccadilly line, and I had to get off at East Coast Station, and that's as far as you know about where I live. But mind you, just want to point out, the tube from Covent Garden to Piccadilly or to East Coast is 22 stops.
That doesn't sound that bad.
When some of them were close together. It's the ones that were spaced out that were like, oh my god, we're never gonna get to another station. Like, mind you, I was really tired, and it was like rush hour, and so it was a crowded train.
You just want to get fucking home.
And this is going to be too much information for the stream, but as a woman, you get things sometimes called cramps. And they can be really, really, really painful. So unfortunately, as soon as I sat down on the train,
Oh, no.
I was in immense pain for about half that journey.
Oh. Did you get to
So
sit down or were you standing on that one?
I got to sit. What?
I had a
Oh my god.
drug. I hope there's no damage.
Oh. I just saw that. Damn. No, I got to sit down. But while I stood for like one stop, and then I saw a lady get up, and I was like, I'm in the aisle. Went for the seat right away.
Taking the seat and
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I probably should have given up the seat to the gentleman, but he got off at the next stop, so I didn't feel too bad, but I felt bad until we got to the next stop. But at the same time, I was like, I literally would not be able to stand if I would have stood any longer, so...
Hi, let me sit. I don't want to move.
Yeah, basically. And then it was funny because, like, I must have been in so much pain that I passed out a little bit,
Oh.
and I woke up, like, close to, like... I woke up at, like, Sudbury Hill, and I was like, huh, I'm almost home.
Yeah, it's actually only a few stops if I think about it.
I was like, shit, I'm almost home.
We're almost there. Fuck.
Yeah. So that was great. That was the worst way to end. But Covent Garden, I need to go back to Covent Garden. It has a super big like shopping market, like right like just before the station, like between the stations of Holborn and Leicester Square. So it has like a huge big market area. And they had like St. Paul's Church is there, so if you don't know anything about history or anything, St. Paul's Church is there, so hoo-hoo history and religious things, yay. But between the church and the one direction south entrance to the market, there was a street performer. He was so cool.
What would you do?
He was juggling and balancing on one foot. With like, he juggled with knives and he juggled with like 7 balls. Yeah, so it was pretty fun. I watched him for a little bit and then I was like, I want to go home.
Also, thank you, TTV Rocky Doggy 123. My God, I can't believe I said that. For the follow.
Hey, welcome to my
Welcome to the Chuck
interesting
Johnson
tales of... Welcome to my interesting tales of London and the tube and in immense pain on Tuesday.
Immense pain cabbage as you get home.
Yeah, but it was kind of nice that like the pain was like basically gone when I woke up. So
Oh,
it's
that's
like,
good. So it's like
hey,
at
I will
least it
be
only
able
lasted
to at
6
least,
hours.
I'll at least be able to walk home from the bus stop. Yay, because that's what I was worried about. I'm like, what happens when I get to like Eastcote and I get there and like I am dead.
And I'm like, dead. Okay. Okay.
No, more like, what if I try to go up the stairs and I can't?
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. And that only has stairs, right? Like, there's no...
There's no lifts at Eastcote.
Oof, Malay. I don't know where I was going with this.
Actually, if I look over, I'm wondering, the nearest station with a lift would be Hillingdon.
I bet you about to say Hilly Hill.
Oh my god, no, Hillingdon or Sudbury Town.
I feel kind of sad for any wheelchair accessible folks. That was
Yeah,
nice.
so it'd be Hillingdon, Sudbury Town, or Pinner. Or Wembley Park.
That's pretty far
Or
from where you
Wem-
are.
Yes, it is.
Like, I hear Wembley, it's like, no, okay, you're too far now.
Like, I'm looking at the tube map right now, so literally I would have had to get off at either Sudbury Town or Hillingdon for, like, a lift. And then figure out busing from there, which would make me cry.
Isn't like one of the buses can actually hit another tube station or something like that?
Most buses do connect to tube stations, but in my area, to get me home, it's usually the ones in Ruislip that would lead me to Eastcote to Ruislip. Or I can get a bus from Northolt. No, wait, that's a lie. One moment, let me look at this map. Northwood Hills to East Code, but that's not wheelchair accessible. Yeah, so I was like, what am I gonna do? But then I woke up and I'm like, oh, I can do the stairs. Oh, fuck, I could do the stairs.
How many flights of stairs do you have to walk up
East Code is not bad. It's like one flight of stairs.
It just will take you a while.
It's just painful. Stairs are not fun. Especially when you work in a school that has 4 floors and you have to climb the stairs up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down all day.
There's no lift in that school?
There is, but you need to get a special key for it. And you have to have special commendations from the office to use the key.
That becomes an immediate yeah no.
So I suffer, but what I do is, because I am so out of shape, is I take these side staircases instead of the central one where most students go, and I can like stop and take a little break when I get to like the first floor, or when I get to the second floor, and when I get to the third floor. I mean, there's cameras, so whoever's watching me is probably like, what a weak shit.
Honestly, that'd be rude, but oof.
I mean, yes, but I don't know.
Yes, I want to take this heavy load. It's a big dude. Oh, shit.
But yeah, no, that's been my week, really. Just lots of work, lots of cover work, lots of student support. Enjoying the year 7s, except for today, who were little shits. And, year 8s, and, well, year 8s were okay. Year 9s could die. Year 10s can be good, because they know better, and you can, like, year 10s, okay, you've been in the school for 3 years now. This is not acceptable. You know this. And then they'll, like, behave a little bit better for, like, maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then they're back to shit. But you can just kind of keep reminding them, like, okay, guys, second warning, you know what happens at second warning? Yeah, miss, you'll put your names on the board. Do you want your names on the board? No, miss. Then smarten up.
At least you're being, like, show some courtesy, be like, you don't want this here, I promise you. Rather than be like, alright,
well, they know the policies better than I do. Like, I've been really reading the behavior policies more this week, because I'm like, what am I supposed to really do when things get crazy? But like, they have like a ladder system where it's like, one warning's like a verbal warning, and they know that they could get serious. Second one is like second warning is like, okay guys, second warning, you know what happens, I have to put your name on the board. And this means that you're gonna get a demerit. Because we have a house system and point system here. Oh my god.
That's a big ass thing, I almost got stuck on the crest of the hill.
Yeah, I saw. But, yeah, so they have like a house system with points and things, like behavior points and demerits. So name on the board, and they might get a demerit unless they work it off, and then their name gets off the board. Then if they still get in trouble, I put a check mark, and that means detention. And I write a note in their planner, and they get a phone call home from the team lead.
That's the same problem with that student. Oof! Why did my body went that way?
Yeah, so like it escalates progressively, so it's kind of nice that I know that system now. So I'm like, all right, guys, you know what's gonna happen, right? What happens when I get a second warning? Miss, you put her name on the board. Do you want a second warning? No, miss, no. Then please start reading.
Hold on, give me a moment.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
Okay. We are keys back. Thank you, Dragon, for that.
Yeah, no worries. I just want to update the little chatters for like what happened.
I'm unmuted. I moved. They didn't hear me.
Dun dun dun. But yeah, so like it's kind of nice that I know the system now. So like the year 10s who have been there for a few years are like, right, no, miss, we don't want that, miss, no. And it's like, well, what are you supposed to be doing then? Reading and taking notes? Are you? No.
No.
Should you start? Yes.
I love it. That's cute.
I know, God, I love the kids. I really do. It's just like when they get too noisy, though, it's like, hey, let's reel it back a little bit. Remember, I have the power to remind your teacher of what you've done.
It must be interesting now. Again, that's like I've known her. So I've known Dragon for 4 years. Just hearing
In like
like
4 days. Sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 year anniversary's on the 17th of September. Oh, look at that on the UK system.
Oh shit. Um. So known her since college, right? It's just interesting. It's still interesting to hear when someone goes from student to teacher, and to just hear the complete other side of things.
Right.
So it's like I'm thinking, it's like you have that power. I don't know why it feels weird, even though we are grown adults. We are of age that, well, I'm not gonna go that far, but um, like it's interesting to hear that. It's like hearing having power of like being like that, because before we're like not even like 10 years, like not like barely even 10 years or less. We were on that other side, and now it's like hearing that one. It's like, okay, interesting, but damn.
The thing is that when we're students, we forget how much work teachers put into everything that they do. So when it doesn't get done, or that like their work isn't finished, or it's not appreciated, or students decided to chat about boys the whole time, then it's like all that work went to nothing.
Right.
So that hurts us more than it hurts the students. Some teachers don't care. They're like, fine, whatever. We're gonna do the same thing until it gets done.
Right.
Other teachers are like, no, you guys, this is too much for me. You guys are the whole class is getting a demerit for this, and it's like, damn.
It's like I've put in all the work to do this, and you guys are just disrespecting me.
Yeah, but like in England, we have other ways to kind of like make them work. For years 9 and 10, we remind them of GCSEs because they can start taking them in year 9.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're like, all right, this material that I've provided for you and that I'm doing so that you can be successful in your GCSE is important. Are you guys gonna listen now or not? And they're like, oh yes, Miss GCSEs, and they like start freaking out.
And GCSEs is like standardized testing, right? I'm just gonna put that on the side ground. It's interesting you mentioned you mentioned that, because at least in North America, or at least in America, I'm not too sure so much in Canada. You'll have to vouch for me. You have to explain if you want to. I know for the fact no one aside from SATs, which is kind of optional if you're gonna go straight to college. I say that because there's like some gray area into that actually. But it's like in America they don't really care so much about figurative. Like I'm not gonna say like in general. Well, kinda. I don't know. Like it's been a long time since I've ever taken or known anyone taking standardized tests. It's like I'd say the quote unquote general consensus of America viewing standardized testing as like, I don't want to do it. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather do it my own way, rather graduate and then do whatever I want to do, blah 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 blah. But it's just interesting hearing it and like I don't know. This is probably just it's just isolated to what you've experienced so far. I can't be vouched for like the rest of the country or something, but it's like hearing that really care of like, oh shit, okay, maybe I do have to do something about it. And sort.
Yeah, so in Canada, we don't have. Well, okay, Canada's a little. I mean, America's probably the same way because, like, each state has their own kind of education system and like curriculum, but you guys still have SATs all across the country.
Yeah, we have like our own standards, ACGs, ACTs, hell, even AP testing.
Yeah. So there's that. In Canada, each province has their own curriculum and their own kind of like system. So some provinces will have a final exam, others will have diploma exams, and sometimes they're worth half their grade, they're worth 25% of their grade. It's up to each province. So we have a standardized exam, but it's starting to get less weighting on final grades. In Canada's becoming a little bit more lighter on that. We want to kind of get rid of standardized exams because we're teaching to an exam, and that's not what education should be about. That's what we believe in Canada.
And that's like,
In the
that's
UK,
more or less like the same in America.
in the U, yeah, no worries. In the UK, they want to teach them to the same standard because they believe that this standard is the proper standard for the whole country, for the whole, to be a citizen, to follow the British value system here. So for them, they kind of create those exams to maybe like, this is a model British citizen who follows our values and our beliefs. So if you don't do well on this exam, you are looked as someone who's not following British value. So they treat it as like kind of a big pride thing almost,
like
instead of a, yeah. So GCSEs are huge, and colleges look at those results, or well, college universities. Some colleges don't care. They can bring them in to do A levels to bring up GCSEs and bring up their marks. I think I might be doing this totally wrong, so if anyone's in the UK here and they're like, you Canadian, you're not understanding this, please tell me.
She wants to learn about this.
I'm doing my best to learn it. So like, it's crazy that like they hold their standardized exams to like a standard of like a citizen. So they kind of have a big value on that.
Right.
And part of me doesn't like that. Like, part of me still shies away from that, like, standardized exams. But the other part of me is like, damn, they put a lot of belief into it, though.
Like, it's like, you hear, like, how they do it, and, like, it works. And how it's implemented, like, at least in America, it's very, I don't want to say half-assed, but I'm pretty sure it's, like, half-assed, and like, there's a lot of other, like, there's quite a bit of teachers that think of, like, this is just a bunch of bullshit, bullhonky. Where yeah, you're teaching by the book, you're teaching by the test.
But in America, there's other problems for teachers, unfortunately, like low pay and not as much support.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've been hearing about that.
I went there. Sorry, America, but I went there.
I kind of feel sad for I feel sad the most for Middle America.
Mm-hmm. And the smaller and lesser cared about states.
Basically, if you don't get the education on like a big state like California, New York, Florida has a good one, and like the states more known. Yeah, I don't. It's like a completely different ball field. I feel.
Yeah. See here, another level to this English education system is that schools are ranked and rated by a government agency called Ofsted. So this is where our schools get more funding, how they get more students, how they get better achievements. This is, if you have a high Ofsted rating as an academy or as in a school here, you have students applying to go to that school from everywhere. This is the weird thing about England, in London at least. They don't, because back at home it's sort of like based on your area where you live, that's the school you're going to. In England, you can apply to go to whatever school you want to. So let's say you live in Wembley. So yeah, for example, let's say you live in Wembley, but you want to attend a school in, like, let me look at the map. Let's say you live in Wembley area, but you want to go to school in High Barnet. You can. You have to apply to it, and you have to make sure your grades from primary school are top notch.
Wow.
So like or that your marks or your grades or your kind of profile in general from like your GCSEs in year 6 are going to be targets that could be reachable in the school. So it's a crazy system here. And it drives me absolutely bonkers and nuts, and I hate it. But at the same time, I can see some validity into it. Which is something I'm gonna have to accept and say, I love English system. I love it while I'm here. But I'm starting to kind of like it.
Because it look like, at least for England, it looks like it's been tested, it's been proven, and it works. Unlike how it's being implemented in other places, it's be like, at least there, it's like, it surprisingly works. It gets them encouraged. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, part of the science, I've been teaching science all week, so my apologies. But I'm part of year 7. Science is that they incorporate lab safety. But like, they still have creativity to teach it in a way they want to.
Right.
So for what this teacher's done that I've been covering for, because the poor teachers had like PD meetings every afternoon, I swear. She has had them go through, has made them draw out all of the lab equipment and label them. And then she's made them go through the hazards, like the hazard symbols on like chemicals and things, and kind of label them and kind of she had like pieces of paper with all the symbols and the labels and the descriptions, and they was all scrambled, and she had them kind of like cut them out, glue them in their workbooks and the proper order.
Ooh, wow.
And the proper definition. But then she also added another layer for home learning, which is homework, is that they had to create a lab safety poster.
Oh, wow.
So like they still do the curriculum in a creative way. That's one thing that I thought was like, okay, this is gonna be like all standardized, and it's like there's gonna be like no creative lessons, and it's gonna be very dry and like worksheet based, textbook based, but not all the time, and it's actually not. So that's one thing that I'm like,
There's some people free from creativity.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh thank God there's still creativity in the system, because that's something I like was spoiled with in Canada.
Right.
It's not like you can take a Shakespeare unit and you can have a student direct a play. Or like you can get students to reenact scenes, and you can do really fun things and creative things to do it. And you can get students to dress up while you read the play and all that kind of fun stuff. And I was like, oh my God, is that going to be like dead here in England? But it's not.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Dang.
So that's my comforting thing. One thing that I'm going to hold on to while I'm here.
And so at least you still got some way to make it unique.
Yeah.
Rather than be like, okay,
Exactly. Yeah.
dang. So it's been quite the learning experience, you'd say.
Yes. Very much of a learning curve.
What's for the better? Like,
Yes, I will only get better from the struggles that I've been facing this week.
at least it hasn't been like so hard, right? It's like it hasn't been,
Sure, Daryl.
okay. Fair.
Sure. I only talk about the actual work part. I don't talk about the things that happen around work, and I won't. Like, I haven't been properly trained to do anything in this damn school, and I fuck up almost every day. But I'm learning. I haven't fucked up until today.
Which I guess is a good thing.
Today was just embarrassing. I don't mind sharing this one. It was just embarrassing. Because for the last class of the day, I had to cover health and social care. There you go. I'm still learning the like abbreviations, but it's like HS on the system, so I thought it was history. So I was like, oh hey, good afternoon, year 10. So if you guys had a good lunch, we're gonna get down to history. And they're like, history this isn't history. This is HS. And I'm like, oh no. Alright. Hi everyone, my name is Miss Wallace. This is a very embarrassing thing to admit, but I am new to the school. What does HS stand for? And they're like, health and social care. And I was like, right. Okay, log onto your computers, grab out your textbooks and your planners and workbooks, and I will set something up. Because this is the class I had no cover work for.
Right.
So I checked my email because before the class started, and I got to the class earlier, and I cut my lunch short. Got up in the class to see if there's cover work. There wasn't, and you have like a procedure to follow when you don't have cover work.
Right.
You email the team lead for the department. You email the SLT, so the student leadership kind of member,
Okay.
or the student leadership team member. There you go. And then you email my line manager, who's Gloria. So you email them saying, hi, I have no cover work for this lesson. I'm going to kind of maybe do this with them, kind of thing.
If that works.
If that works. If that's, or if you guys can bring anything to me, that'd be great. So I got there early. I thought it was history. I emailed the history team lead
Oh no.
instead. But this is where it gets worse. I found out after school when the SLT finally got back to me that I emailed the TLL that's been gone for a year.
Oh no.
Because I looked at an old staff list.
Damn. That's quite the winging it.
And I was like, well, this is my life now. But she kind of reprimanded me a little bit in the email. And then she's like, don't worry, I forwarded this message to the proper team lead, which is this person. And it will be handled, the teacher will be handled with the next day. And I was like, oh, that sounds serious. And I'm like, am I going to be handled the next day? I got sad and scared. So, it was so bad. From like the email to like starting off the class going, hey guys, it's year 10, we'll get ready for some history. And they're like, no miss, this isn't history. And I'm like, what is this? Okay. Yeah. But yeah, no, purely winged it. I made them read the first section of the textbook, try to get them to page 6, because I was like, they should be able to read 6 pages in like 1 hour, right?
That's all they need to do.
Yeah, but like I was actually pretty surprised because there was like a good group, maybe of like 7 or 8 students, that actually was like, Miss, do you have any paper that we can take notes with? And I was like, ooh, let me look. I have printer paper, is that okay? And they're like, yeah, no, as long as it's something that we can write on and keep for our notes. And I was like, oh my god, STAR students, I love them so much. And then there's other students that were like, yeah, miss, we're reading. I'm like, You're on the same page for 20 minutes.
I could tell you haven't flipped that page in like forever.
You haven't flipped that page? You haven't looked at this page. Can you tell me what you've read on this page? Miss, it's something about diversity. That's like the first sentence of the page. Read. So I mean, it was fun, but like I winged it completely and ended up working out okay. So
Hopefully that works out with the teachers as well.
I emailed the teacher saying, hi, so since nothing was left for me, I made the students read out to at least page 6 in their textbooks. I don't know if that was a good place for them to stop or not. But I noticed that a lot of students had questions about diversity and equality and what was the other one? Patronizing and positive body language. So that might be something to start off with them for the next lesson, just to kind of review those pages. If that helps with your planning. Thank you. Have a good day, Violet. So I let her know that I told them that, like, read up to page 6. Like, that's my expectation for home learning. And I've given your teacher notes. So
Hopefully that works out.
if not, well, I mean, what's another reprimand? What's another slap on the wrist this week? I mean,
it's like, at least they know something, I think.
hey, they read and learned
Right.
something.
And if it's something you just wanted to cover and it worked out, cool. Cool beans.
Yeah. But some of the students were so funny because, like, I made a rule for that class saying if you use the computer for anything else other than to look up words, your name's gonna go on the board right away. So some students were like, "Oh, I want to know where my friend went to school. She told me she went to this school," and so they were like Google mapping it, and I was like, "Oh, that's a mistake." Yeah, because I recognized some of the year 10s after some other cover work earlier the week.
Oof.
So I'm like, "I remember your name. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to write your name down." And she's like, "No, no, no, miss. I promise you, I'm gonna look up words now." And I'm like, "Okay, if you only have Google page open and you're only searching words and definitions for the whole class, your name will be erased. But it has to be for the rest of class. That's another 45 minutes."
Yikes.
She did it. I think this like demerit system after them being here for so long in the school really, really works for the year 10s. Because they're like, "Oh, we don't want behavior points."
Dang.
So
Amazing. Also, I
it's
got
kind
an amazing,
of
amazing view out here.
you do. It's really pretty. I'm watching the stream.
Let me just get into the photo mode and I'll take a picture. Actually, look for
It's pretty. But yeah, that's been my rambling about England and teaching and stuff so far, I guess.
anything like crazy in general that you notice aside from I guess the London Underground that you notice about London or the England? Wow, Daryl. England in general.
So, fun fact. Depending on where you are in London, so kind of more outskirts than I guess kind of inner, people walk on different sides of the road.
Oh.
Or like on different sides of the sidewalk. So like outskirts London, it's like you have to walk on the left side instead of like the right side.
Right.
But when you're inner London and like near touristy areas, it's back to like more North American where you have the right side of the road
Where everyone's on the right side.
on the sidewalk so that everybody follows the same path.
I see.
But in London, they can flip flop it from the side of the road.
That's
So, like,
terrible.
one side of the road, it's so figuring out how to walk on a sidewalk in London has been crazy.
And is it like? I mean, I guess it's not hard to switch back on a small sidewalk.
I mean, it's not a big deal if you're on the wrong side. It just sort of like people run into you no matter what because they don't care. So they're gonna be like, "Oh," and you're like, "Oh, get out of the way, you're going the wrong way," and I'm like, "Me going the wrong way, please." But you know, it happens. So yeah, that's the fun fact so far that I've noticed about London. Is that walking on sidewalks is confusing.
So how many times have you done like the quote? I'll call it. I usually call it the awkward shuffle. It would be like goes left, goes right, and then you just both do it at the same time.
Neither. They don't care. They go the direction they're going to. They're very direct and straightforward. They gotta go where they gotta go, and they're gonna go.
So they know exactly which way they want to be at. Okay.
Yep. And
Because
it's not
I
their fault.
swear-
It's not their fault that you don't know.
Oh well.
That's kind of their attitude, is what I've taken.
At least they don't like talk about it.
No, but like even getting off the train, ugh, Londoners, I swear to God, all they want to do is get on the train and find a seat. So they never wait for you to get off the train. So you have to fight through a crowd to get off. Lame.
They don't do like the wait at the seventh door, wait for everyone to walk out from to the center, and then
Please stand back from the platform while passengers exit. No, none of that here. You just gotta kind of like tuck in your elbows and go.
it's like, and we're gonna play the push game. Here we go.
Yep.
Okay, I'm also honest and curious. I know the London Underground has multiple doors on the train. I've only know I'm gonna okay, let me just ask the question and I'll preface it why I asked it. Do people like so when the train gets crowded, right? Do people actually move towards the center of the train? What, like center between
No.
two doors? Okay, because I keep hearing that's still a big ass problem in SF, and it's like I wonder.
So when it gets really crowded, people are very reluctant to move from where they are. Until it gets too much for them or they get frustrated, then they move.
Fuck it, fine.
I'm like, fine. This train's gonna get crowded. Might as well move through the center. But I'm kind of one of those people that doesn't like to move only because I am short. I have a messenger bag, I've got a lunch bag, and I can't reach the top of the pole if I'm not near a pole that's like to the seat that I can hold on to and reach. So I'm stubborn and will stand in the corner and hug a pole and stay there. So that I don't, because trains here go fast. They're so fast. And then they break so suddenly. And like, whee! You go flying if you're not holding on. So back at home, I was confident as fuck standing on the bus with not holding on. I was like, I got this. Here I'm like, nope, I need something to hold on to. I'm scared.
And you're joking.
Yeah, it's even more scarier when you see the sparks underneath the train. Oh my god.
Third rail.
Yep. It's distressing.
Like, spark. Hopefully it's just not like 3 seconds worth of spark. Then you know that's a problem.
No. Oh my god, the sound of the train when it comes to the station is really funny. You can hear it coming before you see it. Because it starts to like rumble and make like a weird, I don't know, I gotta record it one time for you guys because like
you just hear the tracks starting.
it's so funny. You can just hear it like start to like whistle or kind of like whistle, zoom, and then you hear it rattle, and then it's like, and then it's like, oh hi train.
Yeah, that's like almost like the same on if riding BART in SF, because those trains go stupidly fast. Well, faster than what should be. I took the wrong freaking turn. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I don't want to U-turn with this.
It looks like you can just wrap around. Oh god. We're gonna see Spam hit all the cars while backing up. That trailer damaged Lou. Don't you have to go soon?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to end the stream soon anyway.
Oh yeah, I also
Go for it.
I'm asking about editing content. How bad?
I don't know. I wasn't listening. I was like, I was waiting for you to answer your question.
Does people put their bags down when they're like stand up or sit? Or do they have their bags on? Especially
So for bags, people here in London are pretty good. They will move it off the seat right away if they start seeing people coming in and getting crowded. But when they're standing, I don't know, it kind of depends on the bag. I think most of the kids keep their bag on. Like the students or whatever that are all in uniform because it's England and fancy. But the adults are pretty good about taking their bags off or like holding them down lower, that kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, honestly, girl, can I just say something about London people? I've been to so many stations in like this past week, to be honest, and I have seen so many kind women and men carry suitcases up and down stairs for people. Like, they're so polite and so kind because most of the stations here don't have lifts.
Right.
Let it be known. So a lot of people carry suitcases because they're like going to Heathrow, or they're going to Gatwick, or they're going to
Oh, that's
Luton,
what they
or they're
like.
going to Stansted. They're going all over. Fucking London has too many.
6
So,
airports.
so people are going to like travel or going places and stuff. So they have suitcases. Like people, God, that's one thing about London people. They travel with suitcases all the time. But there's so many kind people that will help people carry the suitcases down for them or carry them up. Like, literally 3 days in a row, I've seen someone carry a suitcase up for someone.
Aw. Dang.
Like, London people are so kind. They will tell you if you're doing something wrong in a nice way, for the most part.
It's like, hey, now do this. It'll help you.
Yeah, like, oh, no, 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 this is easier. Just stand on this side of this. Even staircase is sterile. At the school, we try to, like, make a policy of, like, okay, students walk on the left side.
Uh-huh.
Stay on the left. So then me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna follow that policy, stay on the left. And then students are like, miss, no, 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 that's your left. We need our left. And I'm like, you guys are just fooling me. I know that's my left. And they're like, oh, yeah. I'm like, miss. I'm like,
That's just funny.
because they know I'm from Canada and we complain about it. Us Canadian teachers complain about it. So it's so funny.
That's good. That's good.
No, miss, our left. No, you guys are funny. No, that'd be the right side. And I'm like, miss, but we made you think, didn't I? Yes.
Oof. But that's hilarious, actually.
Yeah, it's great.
That's legit hilarious. Aww.
I love the students. They're so funny. They're so great most of the time, except for when they're in the classroom. Sometimes.
Where they could be rapping. That wheeze.
It's just so exhausting. But worth it. I'm having fun. I think that's kind of evident that despite I'm complaining, I'm having fun.
That's good. That's good to hear.
I really like it here.
You're really getting used to it? Of everything and everything?
Yeah.
Aw. That's nice.
Yeah, I do like it here. People think I'm crazy, but I do like it here. And yeah, people complain that London's becoming a cement city, but honestly, there's a lot of greenery everywhere here. There's a lot of big trees. Some trees are taller than some of the fucking apartment buildings here, I swear.
I mean, like, even like the pictures you take in the videos that you like recorded, like, even if for an urban city, that's still pretty green.
Yes! I mean, don't get me wrong, you'll find your cement.
Yeah.
Your typical cement city, no matter where you go. Like, oh my god, where? I'm trying to think of like the stops all the way to Alberton. I think it's between the Sudburys, so Sudbury Hill, Sudbury Town, where you get to see, like, you kind of come from down the hill, so you can see over the rooftops, and you can see between some of those areas that's really, like, there's no natural landscape anywhere. But then as you get kind of closer to town, like to Sudbury Town, you see more like parks come in and like trees and things. By the way, Sudbury Town's a very cool tube station because you can literally get street level from the platform.
Oh wow. So it'd be like,
And the train.
just walk.
So you don't have to walk upstairs or downstairs or anything like that. You literally just walk right through the gate, and there's straight. I think it's the coolest station that I've seen so far, just for that ease of access. But yeah, anyway.
Alright. We're gonna just let this go. Realizing I actually went a wee bit over my time.
Yeah, you did. Mind you, we got into interesting conversations. Thanks
These
to
are
me.
pretty good conversations, even if my first hour of derp was so derp.
I mean, it's okay. You didn't have to English for the next, like, 30-some minutes that I talked.
That's true. But that's like... But damn, like, we talked quite a bit. I'm gonna have a fun time titling this one because there's too much topics. That was
EU-friendly stream, many topics, many things.
Many top. Well, yeah, they're writing that. Legit need to write that one down. Shit, what was it again?
Oh my god. Yay, EU-friendly stream, many topics, many things.
I have such a.
You have a bad short-term memory.
I do. Many topics, many things. But it was pretty good, though. So. Hold on, need to stretch. I haven't moved aside from doing this. Thank you so much, Dragon, for joining me. For checking out there's this.
No worries. All is good. It's fun.
Oh yeah, it's good. It gets everything going and all that stuff, and the stupid shit that can go around. And at least you
By the way, lemon water is really good.
Actual just lemon and water, or
yeah, lemon slices in water. It's really nice and refreshing, and it cleans your system. Anywho, sorry, a little health fact for you all. You're welcome. I'm just full of shit.
Oh. But yeah, thank you again. Thank you, Dragon, for joining me for this. Thank you for. I'm sorry for you had to listen to all the derpiness and all that stuff.
It's fine. I get to hear more of it soon.
Oh yeah. And also thank you for those who have followed, hosted, and all that stuff. I guess.
Damn, you're getting close to 70.
Hey, I got like.
Hey, look at that. Your followers is now over how many streams you follow.
Finally, I did it. It's gonna be changing. Those numbers are gonna be changing every time.
You've made it.
Yay! I wonder if I can get to 100 followers by the end of the year. That'd be cool, actually.
We'll see.
We'll see. Again, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for coming into this EU friendly stream. I know it's like late at night now at most of the EU. While it's like complete daytime. Thank you, Dragon, for putting the links. I almost forgot. You can follow me there for other things. I try to post on Twitter, but there's some. Yeah, I attempt to post some stuff on Twitter. There's some photos that I usually upload on Instagram. And if you want to catch up on like other Chuck and Talk Thursdays I've done and any other videos I've done, I do Let's Plays with her as well on some games. I just need to. I think I have most of them scheduled. So go follow me on those social media. And there's also Dragon's social media stuff right there for Twitter, YouTube, and all that stuff. I need to fix that because that looks so broken.
He basically made it all one link, so good luck.
I thought it separated it out. I guess not. Oof.
Oh no, it did separate it out, but like you won't be able to
correctly.
But the link won't work because of how little words and so like he broke everything,
well,
guys.
I'm gonna have to fix that now.
Hi, I'm the Dragon2121. I tweet things. I usually make sure everybody has a good morning and a good night. I post videos on YouTube. I kind of hit my dead end for gaming footage right now, but I've been recording my vlogs of my perspective of London, so yay. And I stream like once a week right now because I mean I'm busy.
You have
so
a hectic
yeah.
schedule. You work, so.
I am a cover teacher in a busy school where people have to do PD meetings every freaking day, and I support 2 students one-on-one in class support. I'm busy.
Yeah, definitely.
And I might be getting a 3rd student, which will make me... Anyhow, we'll see.
But yeah, go follow her there. She has some interesting, like, views and all that stuff, and, like, you can see her what she does in London. Like, there's some pretty nice photos and all that stuff on her Instagram, and also Twitter, and... She does a lot of other things on YouTube, and especially since she says she's be doing vlogs, I'd definitely be watching that there when it comes around.
Yes. All right, let's wrap this show up.
Let's do. Next stream will most likely be Nine in the Woods for Monday.
Unless he streams on the weekend, which I will make sure he does.
Definitely I'll try.
He's let me down 3 weeks in a row.
I know. Definitely I need to figure out what I want to do for an extra stream still. As much as I want to complete I should complete Nine in the Woods in 1 month, but we'll see.
I'm jealous that you have it.
it was convinced to me, so it's like, you know what? I'll play it.
I'm jealous that you have it.
And it's actually really fun. Shit.
I'm jealous that you have it.
Idea. Okay.
I love Greg.
So I'll see you guys then, whenever will be the next stream. If you want to know, give it a follow if you haven't followed yet. In any case, yeah, I need to be going because my dad I think is waiting outside. I love you. In any case, I hope you guys have a great night if you're in the EU, great day if you're in America, great whatever wherever you are. That is Dragon over
totally
there.
You totally fucked that up. Through the EU, guys, like me, have a great evening. If you guys are in, like, further west, please have a great day.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. You made it so much better. In any case, I'll see you guys next time whenever I stream. When I stream here on Twitch. This is Spam Whites, and that is Dragon over there, somewhere in the UK.
Somewhere in the
UK.
UK.
Wrong button. Somewhere in
London,
the UK.
England.
This over in London, over in the UK. I can fucking do this. See ya!